Antonius slid a golden goblet and platter of food across the table.
I didn't expect to see you here, Iros, but I suppose even a beggar can sue for retribution. Eat and drink.
Thick red liquid sloshed in the goblet. On the plate sat a steaming brown lump of mystery meat. Jason's stomach rebelled. Even if the ghoul food didn't kill him, his vegetarian girlfriend probably wouldn't kiss him for a month. He recalled what Notice the South Wind had told him. A wind that blows aimlessly is no good to anyone. Jason's entire career at Camp Half-Blood had been built on careful choices. He mediated between demigods, listened to all sides of an argument, found compromises. Even when he chafed against Roman traditions, he thought before he acted. He was not impulsive. Notice had warned him that such a hesitation would kill him. Jason had to stop deliberating and take what he wanted. If he was an ungrateful beggar, he had to act like one. He ripped off a chunk of the meat with his fingers and stuffed it in his mouth. He guzzled some of the red liquid, which thankfully tasted like watered-down wine, not poison or blood. Jason fought the urge to gag, but didn't keel over or explode.
Yum!
He wiped his mouth.
Now tell me about this. What did you call it? Retribution? Where do I sign up?
The ghosts laughed. One pushed his shoulder, and Jason was alarmed that he could actually feel it. At Camp Jupiter, Lars had no physical substance. Apparently, these spirits did, which meant more enemies who could beat, stab, or decapitate him. Antonius leaned forward.
Tell me, Iros, what do you have to offer? We don't need you to run messages for us like in the old days. Certainly you aren't a fighter. As I recall, Odysseus crushed your jaw and tossed you into the pigsty.
Jason's neurons fired. Iros, the old man who'd run messages for the suitors in exchange for scraps of food. Iros had been sort of like their pet homeless person. When Odysseus came home, disguised as a beggar, Iros thought the new guy was moving in on his territory. The two had started arguing.
You made Iros, Jason hesitated. You made me fight Odysseus. You bet money on it. Even when Odysseus took off his shirt and you saw how muscular he was, you made me fight him. You didn't care if I lived or died.
Antonius bared his pointed teeth.
Of course I didn't care. I still don't. But you're here, so Gaia must have had a reason to allow you back into the mortal world. Tell me, why are you worthy of a share in our spoils? What spoils?
Antonius spread his hands.
The entire world, my friend. The first time we met here, we were only after Odysseus' land, his money, his wife. Especially his wife, a bald ghost in ragged clothes elbowed Jason in the ribs. That Penelope was a hot little honey cake.
Jason caught a glimpse of Piper serving drinks at the next table. She discreetly put her finger to her mouth and a gag me gesture, then went back to flirting with the dead guys. Antonius sneered.
Eurymachus, you're a whining coward. You never stood a chance with Penelope. I remember you blubbering and pleading for your life with Odysseus, blaming everything on me. Lot of good it did me.
Eurymachus lifted his tattered shirt, revealing an inch-wide spectral hole in the middle of his chest.
Odysseus shot me in the heart just because I wanted to marry his wife. At any rate,
Antonius turned to Jason,
we have gathered now for a much bigger prize. Once Gaia destroys the gods, we will divide up the remnants of the mortal world. Dibs on London!
Yelled a ghoul at the next table.
Montreal!
Shouted another.
Duluth!
Shouted a third, which momentarily stopped the conversation as the other ghost gave him confused looks.